up, my peeps? It's the turtle smashing, dragon punching, titan smashing, zombie blasting, race car drifting, multiplayer butt whipping, the collector of coins, rings, looms, rupees, and tanukis. I got food for self, emeralds for wealth, and med packs for health. I got the double jumps, turbo boosts, time freezes, and invincibility. Leveled up all of my abilities. I run Vice City and made the Mushroom Kingdom better. And I am the first human Spectre. This is Mastermind, and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about online fighting games. Well, here we are. Mortal Kombat is out. Killer Instinct Season 2 is finished. And Street Fighter V is on its way out. And I wanted to talk about fighting games online, because I know it's not easy for everyone to be able to play against stiff level competition, especially if you're doing it online and then you try to do it on offline. It's not the same. I live in Central Florida. I know this weekend they're having a huge tournament in Orlando. It's the CEO tournament, so as I'm speaking right now, it's actually going on. I'm gonna tune into that pretty soon. But if you don't really live in an area where there are tournaments, I'm sure there are always going to be local tournaments and stuff, but it's not as frequent, nor is it as big as something like EVO or CEO or any tournaments that we typically see on Twitch or whatever. If you're not in one of those areas, you're going to depend on online gameplay, as I do. If I lived more on the West Coast or maybe Northeast, I'm originally from New York, but I no longer live there. If I lived in those areas, I would be able to be involved with the fighting game community. I know this weekend, as I'm speaking right now, CEO is happening, and that's a big fighting game in Orlando, and I'm not too far from that area. So I'm not attending this year. I was thinking about doing it, but I've decided that I wasn't going to attend this year. Next year I definitely will. But I wanted to discuss online fighting games because for somebody like me, and I think the majority of you out there, you depend on being competitive online. Now the pros, most of them don't really enjoy playing online. In fact, some of them outright refuse to play online. But I think that kind of changed with Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct came out, and the netcode on that is so great. And I play it online often. Here's my issue. MK came out, MKX, and I was really looking forward to it, and I think it's a great game. But it doesn't really have a good netcode, and I'm really disappointed in that. I think the game is a really good game, but just because it doesn't have a really good netcode, it kind of drops the score for me. If I were to rate the game overall, it'd probably be about a 9. But with the bad online, I could only really give it maybe like a 7.5. It drops it down that low for me. And that's a real shame because I'm a huge fan of Mortal Kombat. At one point when MK9 came out, I actually started preferring that over Street Fighter. Which brings me to my next point. When Street Fighter V comes out, I wonder if Capcom's really going to put the resources that they have with Sony and really try to make this online playable. It's not that difficult. At one point I thought maybe that would be impossible, but after seeing what Double Helix and Iron Galaxy and Microsoft overall did with Killer Instinct, I have to say it's very doable. And it's a shame that a lot of fighting games that have come out, you know, some of them have terrible netcode. Injustice was bad. So was MK9. MK9 was horrific. Street Fighter 4 wasn't that good either. And now what they've done with Ultra Street Fighter 4, in many ways, aside from the online, it's unplayable with the input delay and everything else. So I'm wondering what's going to happen with Street Fighter 5. Are they just going to give us a real pretty game with nice fighting mechanics, and it's just going to be something that's going to be really played at high levels at tournaments, or is Capcom going to really push for that? Now, one positive sign that I'm seeing is that they are making a beta that's going to be coming out pretty soon. That is really big news for me because it's telling me that they are concerned with how the game is going to run online. Now, I'm only saying that with the assumption that the beta is going to include online gameplay, which I think that's the whole point of it. But I'm hoping so, because MKX, I really wanted that to be my main fighting game. Turns out I've gone back to Killer Instinct, and I'm playing that much more so than I am MKX. I've almost given up on MKX, aside from just playing it here with the kids and having a little bit of fun. But I don't really have any serious competition. I don't want to play online and end up losing to someone who, you know, whoever's just mashing buttons is gonna get through. And you get that probably in about 60 to 70% of your matches online with MK. I hope they continue to improve it, but I don't know. For me, if it's too little, too late, because I haven't invested the time that I really wanted to do it. So now I go online, I'm probably gonna get demolished. So thank you once again for watching. I am looking forward to hearing your thoughts on online gameplay for fighting games. I think it is long overdue. We've had already quite a few first-person shooters in different genres of games that have really provided a really solid and good online experience. And I hope that we can continue to see more things like Killer Instinct. So leave your comments. I really look forward to hearing from you. And don't forget, once again, to like, share, and subscribe. Mastermind out.